My girlfriend said, "Family comes first," I replied. "Then I'd rather be alone than come last." Then I packed my life into boxes, moved across the country without a word, blocked every call, and I just watched as she came home to an empty apartment wondering when she realized I was gone. I am 35, and for a long time I thought I had found someone I could build a life with. We had been together for 4 years and living together for 2. She had a close-knit family, and I actually liked that. I did not grow up with a big family, so being around her felt nice. Her parents seemed decent, her siblings were friendly, and I went to every holiday dinner, every birthday party, every family event without complaint. Over time, though, I started to notice a pattern. Whenever there was a choice between me and her family, I lost. At first it was small things. She would cancel our date night because her sister needed help moving furniture. She would skip plans we had because her mom wanted to go shopping. I told myself it was fine. Family is important, and I did not want to be the partner who makes someone choose. This was the first red flag I ignored. When you are invested, it is easy to tell yourself it will balance out later. We started planning a big trip together. For 6 months, we talked about a week-long vacation in the mountains. Just the two of us, away from everything. We booked a cabin, mapped out hiking trails, and even bought new camping gear. It felt like something for us, not for her family, not for anyone else. 2 weeks before we were supposed to leave, her family decided they wanted to do a group trip to the beach. Same week, same dates. Her mom called and asked if she wanted to come. Without even talking to me, she said yes. When she told me, she acted like it was nothing. "My family is doing a beach trip that week. I'm going to go with them instead." "Instead of our trip?" I asked. "Yeah, I mean, we can do the mountains anytime. This is a family thing." I reminded her we had been planning this for 6 months. She just shrugged. "You're being selfish. It is just a vacation." "So is theirs," I said. "But it is family. That is different." I stood there in our kitchen holding a coffee mug trying to process. "So I am not family." "That is not what I meant," she said. "They are my blood family, my parents, my siblings. You know what I mean." The truth was, I did know what she meant. I just did not want to accept it. She sighed like I was being difficult. "Look, you can come to the beach if you want. I am sure they would not mind." "I do not want to go to the beach," I told her. "I want to go on the trip we planned together." "Well, I am going to the beach. You are sitting this trip out. Family comes first." That line hit me hard. "You are sitting this trip out." Like I was some extra piece of luggage she could leave behind. 4 years together, and I still came after a last-minute beach plan. At this point, some people would keep arguing, trying to convince their partner to choose them. Others see the pattern and finally stop fighting for a place they were never really given. I did not argue. I did not yell. I just nodded and walked out of the kitchen. She left 3 days later. She packed her bags, kissed me on the cheek like everything was fine, and drove off in a line of cars heading to the coast with her family. The moment her car turned the corner, I went back inside and started packing my own bags. Not for the mountains. For good. If I am honest, I had been building to this for months. Every canceled plan, every time I came second to her family, every moment where I felt like an accessory instead of a partner, I told myself it would get better. That maybe once we got engaged or married, things would change. Standing there in that empty kitchen, I finally believed what her actions had been telling me all along. Nothing was going to change. I called a buddy who lived across the country and asked if I could crash with him for a while. He said yes without asking for details. Then I called our landlord. The lease was in both our names, but I had been paying most of the rent. I told him I was moving out and asked what I needed to do to remove myself from the lease. He said he would send the paperwork. For the next 2 days, I packed everything that was mine. Clothes, books, electronics, furniture I had bought. I hired movers for the big stuff and scheduled them for the day after she left. By the time they arrived, everything was in boxes. I did not leave a note. I did not send a text. I did not call. I just left. I loaded my car and drove 12 hours straight to my buddy's place. My phone stayed off the entire drive. Some people will say leaving like that is harsh. But there is a point where you have already said everything that matters and no one was listening. At that point, silence is not cruelty, it is closure. 2 days later, I turned my phone back on. I had 47 missed calls and 89 text messages, all from her. The first texts were light. "Hey, hope you are having a good week. Miss you." Then they shifted. "Where are you? You are not answering." Then worried. "Are you okay? I am starting to freak out. Call me." Then angry. "What is going on? Why are you ignoring me?" And finally, when she got home and saw the empty apartment, they turned desperate. "Where is all your stuff? Did you move out? We need to talk. Call me right now. This is not funny." You cannot just leave without saying anything. I did not respond. I was done. My buddy asked what happened, and I gave him the short version. He just nodded and told me I could stay as long as I needed. He had been through his own relationship mess, so he understood the quiet way people break. I spent the first week decompressing, sleeping, eating, trying not to overthink. He was at work during the day, so I had the place to myself. I went for long walks. I sat in coffee shops and read books I had been putting off for years. It was the first time in a long time that my life felt peaceful instead of tense, but the messages kept coming. Every day, multiple times. "Please just talk to me. I do not understand what I did wrong. You are being cruel. At least tell me where you are. Do you not love me anymore?" On day 8, I finally answered. I sent one text. "We are done. Do not contact me again." Her reply came almost right away. "What? Why? What are you talking about?" I did not answer. She called. I declined. She called again. I blocked her number. Then she started messaging me on social media. I blocked her there. Then her friends started messaging me. I blocked them. Then her sister. Blocked. When people start pulling in others to push you, it is rarely about understanding you. It is usually about pulling you back into a role you no longer want to play. One day, a call came in from a number I did not know. I answered without thinking. "Hello. What did you do to my daughter?" It was her mom. I should have hung up, but I was tired. Part of me wanted this conversation. "I did not do anything to her," I said. "You left without saying anything. You just disappeared. Do you know how worried she has been?" "She went on her trip," I said. "I made other plans. You broke up with her over a vacation." "I broke up with her because she made it clear where I stand in her life, and it is not first." "She loves you," her mom insisted. "Maybe," I said, "but she loves her family more, and that is fine, but I am not going to spend the rest of my life being an afterthought. You are being selfish." "You are probably right," I said. "But I would rather be selfish than stay in a relationship where I do not matter." I hung up and blocked that number too. Notice how the focus in that call was all on my reaction, not on her choices. That is another red flag many people ignore when they are trying to be the reasonable one. 2 weeks after I left, a mutual friend reached out. He had known me longer than he had known my ex. "Hey man, heard what happened. Just wanted to check in." We met for coffee. I told him everything. He listened without interrupting, then leaned back and nodded. "I am surprised it took you this long," he said. "What do you mean?" "We all saw it, the way she treated you, like you were convenient when she needed you but optional when she did not." "Why did no one say anything?" I asked. "Would you have listened?" he asked back. He had a point. Then he added, "For what it is worth, I think you did the right thing. You deserve someone who makes you a priority." That conversation helped more than I expected. It is one thing to feel something. It is another to have someone outside the relationship confirm you were not imagining it. Sometimes you need that outside mirror to see how small you have been making yourself just to keep the peace. A few days later, I got a message from her brother. We had hung out a few times, watched games, grabbed beers. His message was different. "Hey, I know you are not talking to my sister right now, and I am not trying to change that. I just wanted to say I get it. She does this to everyone. Puts family above everything else, even when it does not make sense. I love her, but she has a blind spot when it comes to prioritizing the people who actually show up. Hope you are doing okay." I did not respond, but I appreciated it. It was the first time anyone in her family had admitted that maybe I was not the villain. When even someone on the inside sees the pattern, it usually means the problem did not start with you. About a month after I left, my life started to feel stable again. I found a job in the new city. Nothing special, but it paid the bills. My buddy and I fell into a routine. I started going to the gym again. I had let that slide during the last year of the relationship. I felt lighter, not exactly happy yet, but not miserable either, just neutral, and neutral felt like a big step up. Then she reached out again. She had created a new account just to contact me. I am sorry for everything. I did not realize how much I was taking you for granted until you were gone. Can we please talk? I want to fix this. I stared at the message for a long time. Part of me wanted to explain everything I had felt, all the times I had swallowed my hurt. But the part of me that had grown stronger over the last month knew it would not change anything. She did not want to fix the pattern. She just did not want to be the one left behind. I deleted the message and blocked the new account. 2 days later, she showed up at my buddy's apartment. I still do not know how she found me. Mutual friends, social media, something, but there she was when I came home from work, waiting at the door. "We need to talk," she said. "No," I said, "we do not. You do not get to just walk away without an explanation." "I do not owe you an explanation," I said. "You made your choice, I made mine." "My choice to go on a trip with my family," she said. "Your choice to put me last again for about the 100th time," I replied. "That trip was just the final straw." "I did not know you felt that way." "Yes, you did," I said. "I told you many times, you just did not care enough to change anything." "That is not fair," she said. "Fair," I repeated. "I spent 4 years showing up for you. For your family, I put your needs first, and the one time I asked you to do the same, you told me I was sitting it out, so I did, permanently." "I did not mean it like that," she said, crying now. "Yes, you did," I said. "You meant exactly what you said. Family comes first, so I am letting you have your family without me in the way." "I love you," she whispered. "Maybe," I said, "but it is not enough. We cannot fix this because you do not think anything is broken. You think I am overreacting. Maybe I am. But I would rather be alone and called unreasonable than spend my life feeling like I do not matter." She stood there for a long moment, tears running down her face. Then she turned and walked away. Sometimes the most important boundary you set is the one where you refuse to argue about whether your pain is real. I went inside, told my buddy what had happened. He opened 2 beers, handed me one, and we sat in quiet for a while. "You good?" he finally asked. "Yeah," I said. "I am good." And for the first time in a long time, I meant it. 3 months after I left, my new life felt like it was really mine. I signed a lease on my own 1-bedroom apartment, just my name on the door. I made new friends at work. I started dating casually. Nothing serious, but it felt good to be around people who actually wanted me there. Then her brother called. "Hey, I know you probably do not want to hear from anyone in the family, but I thought you should know. My sister is engaged." I almost dropped the phone. "Engaged to who?" "Some guy she met like 6 weeks ago, family friend, he has been around forever. They reconnected after you left." "It is moving fast, really fast. My parents are thrilled because he is one of us." I could hear the air quotes in his voice. "Good for her," I said. "Yeah," he said. "I just thought you should know in case she tries to reach out again. She has been talking about you a lot. I think she is realizing what she lost." "Does not matter now," I said. "No, it does not," he agreed. "But I wanted to tell you anyway. Take care of yourself." He hung up. I sat there letting it sink in. 6 weeks. She had moved on in 6 weeks. And honestly, I felt nothing. No anger, no jealousy, just a calm sense of distance and a small bit of relief that she had someone else to focus on. A week later, an invitation to her wedding arrived in the mail. I looked at it for a moment, then dropped it in the trash. 7 months after I left, my life looks very different. I got a promotion at work. I have been seeing someone new for 2 months, and this relationship feels different. She makes plans with me and keeps them. She introduces me to her friends and family as her boyfriend, not just some guy she is seeing. She asks my opinion and listens. It is not perfect, no relationship is, but it is balanced, and that is all I ever wanted. I heard through mutual contacts that my ex got married last month. Small ceremony. Just family. I hope she is happy. I really do. And I hope her new husband is okay with always coming second. As for me, I am done being someone's backup plan. I am done being the one who gets dropped when something better or more convenient comes along. I am done settling for crumbs when I was offering the whole meal. The day I got that text, "You are sitting this trip out," something clicked. I realized I had been sitting out my own life, waiting for someone else to make me a priority. I stopped waiting. I made myself the priority, and I have not looked back. Sometimes the best revenge is not a big scene or a dramatic speech. It is walking away and building a better life where you are no longer begging for a place at the table. Lesson 1: If someone constantly puts you second, believe the pattern, not the excuses. Lesson 2: Family matters, but a partner who never makes space for you is telling you where you stand. Lesson 3: Leaving quietly can be kinder to yourself than staying and arguing for basic respect. Lesson 4: You do not owe anyone endless chances when they ignore the way their choices hurt you. Lesson 5: Being alone is better than being with someone who only values you when it is convenient. Lesson 6: Making yourself a priority is not selfish. It is how you build a life where you can show up fully for the right people. What would you have done when she chose the beach trip over the mountain vacation? At what point would you have decided that it was time to stop sitting out your own life?